All right, we're at East Street and Canning Highway in Fremantle, and we're going to have a look at a couple of signs, or in this case, a sign that used to be here and has gone walkabout. Now, I don't know if there used to be a sign there in a frame. I'm going to have to go back and find some video of it. Last time I came through, there was just the bare empty frame there, and now the frame has gone missing. I don't know if that was on any official signage plans or traffic management plans or not. If it was, or if it still is, the question is, why has it not been replaced? Why has it gone walkabout and nothing's been done about it? I don't think it was terribly important, but it's just this principle of, if there's a sign on the drawing, then the sign should be on the ground. And if it's not there, then someone should be asking the question, what's going on here? Why are we failing to get stuff done properly? All right, why have they failed to widen that gap in the island there to make it safe to get across? Okay, now here we are on Canning Highway. This is Glyde Street up ahead, and I put in a complaint the other day that there was a sign blocking the path here at this blue pole. Now, I think the sign has been moved across into the middle of the road, into the middle of that island over there, which has been created with some traffic cones. Now, if so, that's really good. What I don't understand though is, if that's the case, if that's actually, I'm going to have to go back and look at the video to see if they've just shifted the sign, or was that sign there previously and they've taken this one away. But to me, that makes a lot more sense anyway from the perspective of a driver. You sit on the right-hand side of the vehicle, it's a single-lane road. That sign there is going to be a hell of a lot more visible to a sign on the left-hand side of the road, because if you're approaching from here, and if you're in a sedan and you're stuck behind a Pajero or a Ranger or something like that, you might miss that sign completely if it's on this side of the road and a vehicle's blocking it because it's down low. It's not up high. Now, my suggestion was, if you're going to have it here, attach it to the pole up nice and high, up where that Glyde Street sign is. Or why not have one over there in the middle of the road and have one up there as well? Duplicate the sign so it's like high, low, left and right. That way you'd give people absolutely zero excuse for driving into the bus lane up ahead, because that's what they're trying to stop. They're giving plenty of notice back here that the straight ahead lane, which is red, is bus only, and they don't want private vehicles in it. But where they positioned that sign previously on the path here was dangerous to cyclists and pedestrians, and it was possibly invisible to drivers, which might explain why initially there were so many drivers going straight ahead here in the bus lane, which might just be down to the incompetence of the sign placement, not anything to do with drivers deliberately breaking the law. Although I've got to say, there's dead a great big yellow letters over there in the middle of the bus lane saying bus only, so that's a bit hard to miss. Okay, now the second sign here is again this bus only sign, and great, it's completely off the path, it's out of the way, and it's in a good spot. But when I complained about it, it was about a foot to the right, and it was blocking what is not a terribly wide bi-directional path. And I don't understand why, firstly, a person put that in such a place where it was partly blocking the path. I mean, that's nonsense. That's an immediate safety failure. You say, but we put a cone there. No, you look at your, the hierarchy of controls and stuff like that. The best thing is just remove the hazard completely. Don't put a cone there and think you've made it safe. Get that flipping thing off the path. Firstly, there's the boneheadedness of doing that in the first place. And secondly, there's the complete lack of checks that failed to pick that up. Why did it take me, someone who's not part of the project, not a safety inspector, all that kind of thing, to report it as a hazard when the project failed to pick that up? And so what it shows is there's just a complete lack of oversight and controls and management of the safety issues regarding pedestrians and cyclists around this project. Just none at all. and it's systemic. You know, that's goodness knows how many problems we've seen like that. You know, the simplest thing they could have done is, you know, obviously a manager or a supervisor would have said, right, go and get the ute, got some signs I want you to put out, and there was a third one actually over at Beach Street, which has been shifted. Go and put these signs out like this. Okay, when you've done it, take some photos, send me the photos to verify that work's been done. And then that manager may be sitting back in the office, it could have even been up in Perth, could have looked at those photos and gone, you idiots, why have you put that signage where it's blocking the path? Go back, shift it to the left a bit, or shift it over here, get it off the path. That's not safe. You know, what were you thinking? So, you know, we've got cameras, we've got phones, we've got cameras in them, we've got email, we've got text messaging, we've got WhatsApp, we've got all that stuff. You know, it's the lack of just using the basic communication devices that we've got to pass that information back and forth so it can be checked. You don't necessarily need to come out and do a physical check like I am. Physical check is better, but there are other ways of doing it. But there's clearly, you know, no oversight, no compensating controls, no nothing to make sure the work is being done properly and safely. And that, to me, is a massive concern when it happens time after time after time. And I don't understand why Main Roads is not investigating it. I don't understand why the Alliance project allows it to continue happening. It's just mind-boggling. All right, I think that'll do for Saturday.